hello, and how are you? Hey, friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shenandoah Briscoe, coming to you from right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Hey, today's Tuesday, November the 10th, 2020. Meaning I got a happy birthday shout out going out to Lisa Lightell. That's right, and Pam Mangosing. Yeah, Mangosing. So, without further ado, here is a birthday song for the two of you. Hey, Pam and Lisa. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So, happy birthday, I must say. You know, I'm 1 year older today, so happy birthday to you, I say. Hey, Pam. Hey, Lisa. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. That's another trip around the sun that you've made. Oh, I know it's your most wonderful day. So happy birthday to you, I say, and many more. Cha 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 cha. All right, all right, all right. Hey, that being said, I got some likes. That's right, some Shen Show likes. Shen Show likes. Why, those are folks on Facebook that like the Shen Show. Speaking of Facebook, we'll get into that in a minute. But anyway, uh, Facebook, yeah, anyway. Shin Show likes, those would be people like Jamie O'Driscoll, Tina Kleeschulte Ashbrook, Martin Kelly, Shenandoah Ray Bailey Sr., and Laurie Moore. These are the folks that like the Shin Show. And I tell you what, I will bet you that I'm going to have at least one pokey pal, and that's going to be Amanda Sue Little all the time, every day, all the time. Alrighty, here we go. Let's do some weather. Local weather forecast is going to be brought to you tonight by, let's see, censorship. That's right, censorship. There ain't no bigger censorship than that on Facebook right now. Boy, I tell you what, their post fact checkers, so-called fact checkers, are biased, one-sided, and I tell you what, they are trying to stifle the truth no matter how hard you try to get it past them. They're going to find something that says that whatever you put on there is wrong. And I tell you what, I've called them out for what they are. I told them flat out, you're a bunch of liars, hypocrites and liars, because you're reporting stuff that's not true as you're reporting stuff that's true as not being true, and therefore you're a bunch of hypocrites and liars. Anyway, that's beside the point. Today's weather forecast for the remainder of the day. It's got clear skies. After some evening rains, we're going to have low temperatures of about 33 degrees Fahrenheit, with winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain 80%. Now, Wednesday, November the 11th, sunny skies, highs around 55 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be light and variable. Mostly clear skies overnight with low temperatures around 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be light and variable also. Mainly sunny skies with highs around 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then mostly clear skies overnight with lows around 32 degrees Fahrenheit and winds west to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now then, Friday, November the 13th, sunny along with a few clouds, highs around 49 degrees Fahrenheit and winds north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly cloudy skies overnight with some showers later on in the day. Lows around 35 degrees Fahrenheit and winds east to southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chances of rain 60%. And now then, Saturday, November the 14th, rain showers early with some sunshine later in the day. Highs near 60 degrees Fahrenheit with winds south to southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chances of rain 40%. Partly cloudy skies overnight with slight chances of rain showers. Lows around 49 degrees Fahrenheit and winds south to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then Sunday for our final 5-day forecast, November the 15th. Sunshine, along with some cloudy intervals. Highs around 61 degrees Fahrenheit, with winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies overnight, with low temperatures around 37 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be west to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Hey, and that is your 5-day forecast for the St. Charles local area. All right. All righty. You know what? I'm gonna do one more thing here real quick. Why? This because I said something about Facebook's censorship. I want to read to you what they have done on one of the previous posts that I put up a little bit earlier. And the only reason I'm saying this is because they are liable to censor this post, and this is the reason they're going to do it. Wake up, start Notepad, paste that, go to sleep. This is what they put, okay? To fight false news, Facebook pushes misleading content further down in news feed and provides additional articles on the same topic. Now, if a group repeatedly shares false news, Facebook may push all of that group's content down in the news feed, which may mean fewer people visit the group. Facebook may also stop suggesting that people join the group. Okay? That's what I'm saying. If you start not being able to find my posts because I have flat out said anything about Facebook's fact checkers, this is the reason. This is what they put on the posts that I had placed up earlier. They placed this underneath it. And you know what I had to say about that? This is what I had to say about that. I said, how do you stop this? How do you spread fake news? By stopping the truth with Facebook fact checkers. So that post will probably be, uh, whoa, that post will probably be thrown out along with this video, because it's calling them out for what they're doing. You know, they're breaking our freedom of speech. They're taking it out, they're throwing it away, and they're saying that they can get away with it. And well, if you don't think they're trying to, wait till another couple of weeks. They're going to keep doing it until we get it in our head, folks, that we need to wake up. It's bullish. They're bullying us into their way of thinking, which is wrong. It's not right. It's a First Amendment speech, and then they'll be going after the guns, which is the Second Amendment, and they're already out for whatever they can get. So just realize that your freedom is at risk, ladies and gentlemen. Your freedom is at risk. And America as you knew it, well, it's never going to be that way again. And, well, I don't know. I take that back. Trump is in office. Trump is still in office and will be for at least another month or two until Mr. Biden, ex-Vice President Biden, um, is sworn into office. And chances are that ain't going to happen because there's too many votes out there that are still needing to be counted. And there's a lot of votes out there that have been illegally posted. And that was one of the videos that I shared, was a guy who tracked a vote, and it said the guy's name was on the vote. He received his vote on this day. He mailed it in on this day. It was counted on this day, and yet the man was dead. And that was the one that I had posted over, and Facebook decided to say that the man wasn't, that the man hadn't had a mail-in ballot. But hey, that was exactly what it was. It was a mail-in ballot, and the guy that was doing the research on it had the pulled up the ballot at the ballot box counters. I mean, he just pulled up. It was simple enough. He tracked the ballot. He tracked the man's name. 118-year-old man in the United States of America. You think we would have heard about it? A man living 118 years, but no. Actually, the man died in 1982, and so therefore he couldn't have posted he couldn't have cast a ballot, but he did. So that's voter fraud, if you ask me. And oh, by the way, he voted Democrat. So don't don't say, oh well, he's voting Bush. No, I mean he's voting Bush. Don't say, oh, that was probably a vote for Trump. No, sir, it was a Democrat vote. And I'm telling you, folks, you better pull your heads out of your heinies and figure out what you are really looking for, because there's so many people that went out there and voted just because they didn't like President Trump, because they don't like the man. But I tell you, you don't know what you're getting yourself into, people. And you ever heard of Sodom and Gomorrah? Why, that there was a couple of cities that were side by side that had some very, very bad things going on within them, and God destroyed them. And He can do the same to this country right here, to the United States of America. He can destroy it at a whim, because there's a lot of bad things going on in our country right now, and we need it to be straightened up and straightened out. Now, I've never ever wanted this to be a political program, but hey, look, the deal is, it's if it's a political program, you're going to lose half your people. You'll lose either the half that support you will stake with you, the half that don't support you will go away from you. Well, either way, I'm here to say that good old USA isn't, if it doesn't get straightened out, there ain't going to be no such thing as the good old USA, okay? If it doesn't get straightened out, there won't be one. All right, anyway, speaking of that, let's sing something. Anything. Oh, God, let's sing something. Let's just pray for our country. Father God, I ask you that the people straighten out their minds, that they understand what it is they're getting into when they vote. It's too late for them to go back and re-vote. It was the number one Google question about 2 days prior to the vote. 2 days prior to the last day of the vote was, how can I change my vote? Because there were a lot of Democrats that were wanting to change their votes. And well, they were directed on how to change their votes, but they only decided that because it's mass media, would you quit it? Because it's mass media says, well, you can only change your votes if you're changing from Republican to Democrat, not vice versa. And so, guess what? They were not allowed, they were not guided to the right place to change their votes. And so, they didn't get to. That's right. That's right. You can only change your votes if you were changing from from Republican to Democrat. You could not change from Democrat to Republican. Was not allowed. Was not acceptable. Oh man, let me sing. I don't know what to sing. I'm so disheveled. I'm disheveled right now. I sang some idol songs yesterday. I sang some 60s, 50s, and 60s songs yesterday. Uh, Blue despair, the agony on me. Deep, dark depression, excessive misery. Oh, if it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Whoa, blue despair, the agony on me. Do, 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 do. Dribble Snap. Hey, yes, Mr. Dribble Snaps. Hello, 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 and that's twice hello. Dribble Snap, the yes said, whoops, it was so short. That's right. It turned out to be a short one because, well, I had to delete that one because I deleted one yesterday on account. On account, it turned out to be, just me setting up for the other one. So I had to re-record all the way through it. So it was there, and just the one got cut, and then the next one was long. Yeah, I deleted it. It was me. It was not YouTube, and it was not Facebook. I deleted that one. All right, let's see. What am I going to do? I'm not going to sing. Forget the singing. It looks like it's time to read for the kids. Let's do that, okay? Let's read for the kids. Do 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 do. And I don't even know what we're going to read. What are we going to read? We done Farmer and Seed, the Farmer and the Seeds, David and Goliath, Psalm Sunday, Abraham and Sarah, This Little Light of Mine, Right for Us, Bedtime Stories, Ames, adventures of children all across the world with free online English short stories for kids. We also share poems for kids and then develop good reading skills, quality writing, sentence construction, and allow them to light up upon an enchanting world. Hey, maybe I should read stories. And we got Jacob and Esau. We had them. That's it. There ain't no more Bible stories. They have no more. Oh, good. Let's see. How about some funny short stories? We'll try that. And I hope they're short enough, these funny short stories. Let's see what they are. The Strange Egg, The Clever Rooster, The Foolish Boy. Let's try The Foolish Boy. Here we go. Sorry, folks, man, this is driving me nuts. For kids to read online. Once there lived a poor boy named Danny. He was an orphan. He used to work as a servant in the house of Mr. Roy, and Danny was an honest and hard-working boy, but sometimes he did silly and foolish mistakes. Once Mr. Roy was getting his home painted. Danny asked him, "Sir, well, why are you getting your home painted?" What the? That ain't right. "Why are you getting your home painted?" Mr. Roy replied. "We are getting the house painted so that it looks beautiful." Some days later, Mr. Roy told Danny to dress up her little daughter. Dress up Mrs. Roy told Danny to dress up her little daughter, Rosie, for a party so that she looks beautiful. Foolish Danny painted the face of Rosie and said to Miss Roy, "The paint will make her look beautiful." Miss Roy scolded Danny because apparently the other day Mr. Roy gave an envelope to Danny and asked him to post it into a letterbox. Danny came back after 2 hours and told his master, "Sir, I could not drop the letter into the post box because it was locked. I tried to open it, but I didn't have any keys, so I brought this envelope back." Mr. Roy got so angry that he didn't talk to Danny for some days. Like this, Mr. and Mrs. Roy were always upset with Danny. One day Mr. Roy gave Danny a bottle of hair oil and asked him to oil his head every day. Danny kept that bottle in his room. The next morning, after Danny took a bath, he opened the bottle and poured the liquid in his hair. That liquid was not hair oil, but gum. Actually, gum was also kept there in the same kind of bottle. After some time, Danny's hair got stuck badly, and he started crying. He went to Mr. Roy and said, "Sir, see what has happened to my hair? All this happened because of the oil you gave me yesterday." Mr. Roy smelled his hair and started laughing loudly. He said, "You fool, this is gum, not hair oil." Mr. Roy then took Danny to the barber shop and got his head shaved off. Danny got a lesson. He promised to himself and everyone that he will always be careful and alert while doing his work. Okay, I guess that was it. Um, I don't know. I'm in the middle of my thingy, my blog, but I had some of the whatchamacallit from out of the oven. How about the right place? We're gonna do the right place now. It seems like a good story. Once upon a time, a baby camel and his mother were resting under a tree. Now, the baby camel was a curious being, as most children are, and there were certain parts of his body that the baby camel did not like. So he said, "Mother, can I ask some questions?" "Yes, dear," the mother replied. "I have been wondering," the baby camel begins, "what about the humps on our backs? What is it? Why is it that only us, the camels, have these humps and no other animals?" Well, the mother smiled and said, "This is because we live in a desert and the water is scarce. This hump stores the water and we release it in the body whenever it is required." Suddenly, the baby camel asked another question. "Then, mother, why do we have long legs and round feet? They don't look so pretty." Again, the mother gay cam- camel gave a wonderful explanation. "These long legs and round feet have a reason, son. Here in the desert it is difficult to walk, but with our feet we have better control, and our feet don't sink in the sand. These feet let us walk in the desert better than anyone else." The baby camel heard what his mother said and understood everything, but his curiosity hadn't died yet. "All right," he said, preparing to ask another question. "So, mother, tell me one more thing. Why are our eyelashes so long? Sometimes they get in my way. It bothers me. Son, these eyelashes are extremely important. The thick eyelashes act as a protective barrier for our eyes. They keep the sand out of your eyes when strong winds blow. If the sand gets into your eyes, it will be hard for you to see where you are going, and you may hurt yourself," the mother explained. "I see what you mean, mother," said the child, still curious. "If the hump stores water, the legs and round feet help us walk easily on the sand, and the eyelids keep the sand out, then what are we doing here at a zoo? The skills and abilities that we possess are useful only when put in the right place. Otherwise, they go to waste." Alrighty, hey, that looks like it's it for story time for the kids. I guess we're just gonna have to go ahead and jump into the daily bread portion of the program, uh, which is where I get the information for the Bible with Briscoe, by the way. Bible with Briscoe verses come from right out of the Daily Bread's Bible in a Year. So therefore, that's where I get my calendar from the Bible with Briscoe, or from the Daily Bread. Anyway, that being said, this here is the devotion for the day is called The Triumph of Forgiveness. And the Daily Bread portion of the program today is going to be brought to you by the Bible with Briscoe 2020. The Bible with Briscoe 2020 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. So don't forget to read the Bible with Briscoe 2020 with your messenger of the Word of God, Shenandoah Briscoe. Today's readings in the Bible with Briscoe is going to be Jeremiah 48 through 49 and Hebrews 7. All right, there we go. Let's see. Again, the devotion, the triumph of forgiveness. And we're going to read Psalm 32, 1 through 7, um, which will be uh, um, the triumph of forgiveness. Blessed is the one whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sins are covered. And blessed is the one whose sins the Lord does not count against them, and whose spirit is not deceit, uh, whose spirit is not deceit. When I kept silent, my bones wasted away. All the wasted away through my groaning all day long. For day and night your hands your hand was heavy on me. My strength was sapped. Your hand was heavy on me, and my strength was sapped, as in the heat of summer. Then I acknowledged my sin to you, and did not cover up my iniquities. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave me the guilt of my sin. Therefore, let all the faithful pray to you when or while you may be found. Surely the rising of the mighty waters will not reach them. You are my hiding place. You will protect me from trouble and surround me with songs of deliverance. Hey, there you have it. That there was Psalms 32, 1 through 7. And that concludes the Daily Bread portion of the program today. And so, therefore, uh, just wanted to let you know that that's it for me today. So, this here has been Shenandoah Briscoe saying, well, I know what, I do got a song. It'll go, hey, my friends, um, well, goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. Whoa, I said goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. Oh, I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. This here has been Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show, and as always, you know God loves you, and so do I. So come back and see me tomorrow because, well, hey, I'll be here, and I hope that you are too.